Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Please go ahead, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. This really helps out the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Now with all that out of the way, let's see what we got today. We are live.
Understand you're a mass of energy and you do function on frequencies. Just like your phone functions on a frequency. You function on frequency. And if we could photograph you, this is what you would look like. Semyon Kurlian, the year I was born, perfected a form of photography where you can photograph mass and it'll photograph the energy coming from mass. Like a plant, anything has an energy. Everything moves, nothing rests. Well, you're a mass of living energy, a very high speed of vibration, okay? Now, what we want to do is understand the law of vibration. The law of vibration decrees that everything moves, nothing rests. Listen, a body in a coffin is moving. It is not dead as we understand death. It is moving. And if it wasn't moving, it would never change to dust. How does it change to dust? It changes to dust because creator disintegrate. It's disintegrating, it's moving. But it's very alive. Make no mistake about it. Look at that glass. Now, you've walked on the beach. That glass used to be sand. It's the same energy now as it was then. The difference is it's moving at a different speed, so we put a different name on it. It's called glass. It's energy. You understand it's energy, and because of the speed it's vibrating at, we call it glass. But it used to be sand. If we put it in a hot enough situation, it would be called air, ether, gas. You cannot destroy it, but you can certainly change the vibration. You're dealing with infinite. No beginning, no end. Get it in your head. You are a created being. No limit to what you can do. There's an infinite number of frequencies. There's no end to it.
Here we go.
You're living on frequencies. Now, when you think of something, what you've done is you've flipped your brain onto a higher frequency. The very fact you can see it is all the proof you need to know you could get it. What you have to do is raise your level of consciousness to that frequency, and then you will attract whatever's on that frequency. All the good you need to manifest the idea. Any idea that's held in the mind, that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, so it could be bad or good, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. It starts to move into form.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, first is Hari Om Namo. Okay, Hari Om. Okay, Hari. You start deep. See, you Hari, and when you go Re, you can feel the vibration change your body. Hari Om. Now it's up here in the facial structure and in the sinuses. Om Namo Shivaya. That's pretty powerful, isn't it?
Try that. I dare you. I dare you to try that. Do that like 20 times in a row. You'll float.
Yeah, I did it, and I felt light as a feather. It's worth a try.
The music that you're listening to is literally poisoning you. We live in a holographic universe. Look at electrons, energy, water, matter. Everything is energy. Look at this quote from Tesla. If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The music that you listen to is tuned to 440. Look how disruptive this is. That's why I tune my music to 432. Look how much more peaceful that is. Put this to the test. Pay attention to how you feel when you listen to the song Dreams by Kato Kato. This is 432 hertz. You're probably sitting there thinking, is this true? Is this a fact? Listen, put it to the test. Remember the name, Cato, 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 dreams. Look at this, type it in, feel it. I programmed your brain, now you have to do it. It's gonna itch at your brain.
Really, it's any song at that frequency you can check out, and there's lots of them.
You still think we humans, being 70% water, are not affected by frequencies and the music we listen to after watching this?
The destruction of bells taken for more than their metal, so let's talk about it. These bells were buried, destroyed, and replaced. The original bells emit a certain vibrational frequency, and you can clearly see some look to be discovered after being hidden for years in the ground. I find it very peculiar why all these bells all over the place unmounted and cast to the ground. And we're given all these different narratives that don't add up, like one being in 1942 the Germans are collecting the bells, saying they were melted and used for the war. Many of us hypothesize these wars were an excuse to destroy the Tartarian buildings, culture, and technology. Everybody knows that sound can heal and activate the higher human abilities, and those of you who are using, for example, tuning forks and other sound healing instruments know the power of coherent sound to dispel heavy energy, to transmute darkness into light. The Tartarians knew the importance of acoustic resonance. They knew it had an important effect on the human beings. It's quite possible they used some of the bells to reset the harmonics in the limestone buildings and temples as part of the anointment process. These satanic parasites that control our realm right as we speak are the same families that destroyed our technology. They did it to delay our destiny.
I think she's definitely onto something here.
They've been hiding this from you. During the 1900s, bells around the world were all collected and destroyed. Governments claimed it was due to the metal shortage during the world wars. However, it is believed that there is a much more sinister motive. Bells are powerful tools. They are not just signals that another hour has passed. These bells clear negative energy, raise vibrations, and connect us with higher realms. Fully aware of this, they were destroyed to suppress human awakening and maintain control over our collective consciousness. By eliminating these powerful instruments, society is forced to a lower vibrational state, and a further disconnect is made between us and the realms above. But it gets even deeper. In 1953, the standard frequency of music was intentionally adjusted from 432 Hz to 440 Hz. The 440 Hz frequency is considered disharmonious and disruptive to our energy fields, while the 432 Hz frequency is believed to align with the Earth's natural resonance, promoting healing and awakening. Without the sound of bells and the constant exposure to modern music, society is being kept at a lower vibrational state, resulting in our connection to the divine being weakened.
Yeah, this is one rabbit hole I think has a lot of validity to it.
There's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it. So if I'm having a positive thought or a negative thought, then what happens is that energy is attracted to it. I have other thoughts that are like that thought. So if you do that 17 seconds, for 68 seconds, then momentum begins to occur. Let's say that I'm normally, all of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher, faster frequencies. So let's say that I normally live in contentment, and that's my set point, because that's where I live. I think about that all the time. That's what my makeup is, that sort of thing. So I'm driving down the highway. All of a sudden, a car cuts me off, and I get angry. So now I'm in the lower, denser frequencies. And so then I go back to the office, and I'm telling all my colleagues, here's what happened. This knucklehead cut me off. Go home, tell my wife that. What am I doing? I'm vibrating angry energy. So I go to the supermarket, and there is somebody in line. I have 3 items, and I'm getting in line, and somebody ahead of me has 38 items. And the guy that's running the cash register, it's his first day, and he's not doing very well. He's very slow. Is that a coincidence? No, it's something for me to get angry about. So I'm attracting into my world whatever it is that I'm vibrating.
100%. This is accurate.
Putting these wrist sensors on her wrist, this is just to hold them in place. It's got a little sensor. It's collecting the electrical information from your heart. As the sound sweeps into the correct range for her body, we'll see her nervous system beginning to respond. And when it hits this spot, I'm going to make a cue mark on my program here so I can identify what frequency we need to use. We use very precisely tuned sound frequencies for healing. My innovation is to expose the body to these precisely tuned sound waves until I find a sound wave that makes the sympathetic nervous system push in the clutch. Here we go. It's getting there. Getting really close. That's it right there. But that's what we're looking for, is zero. Zero stress in the autonomic nervous system, or homeostasis. Now, normally I would expect it to look like this, where it comes down, hits that point, and then goes off into parasympathetic, the green. But hers didn't do that. She hit the point, but she went back into this stress response again. It means that she's had this chronic stress condition for a long time. Welcome back. Wow. It's the first words out of everybody's mouth.
There's a lot to this.
He sent me a video yesterday of a guy who started regrowing teeth utilizing frequencies.
Accidentally, when I applied the ultrasound, I found the lower incisor grow.
Albie Alley is the first to try the treatment on humans. After 20 minutes a day, new teeth started to grow in a month.
Oh, they don't want to tell any dentists that. If all of a sudden you could start regrowing your teeth, oh, that would change it all. That would end it all. So there's another one in which we have been sold that cannot be fixed, but a guy in Canada created a device in which the teeth could regrow using frequency. And with your teeth too, you can do some coconut oil pulling with pearl powder and a little bit of clove and peppermint, and you're good to go. Somebody said, what is pearl? Pearl is air compressed pearls. So think of how people used to wear pearl necklaces, or they used to have pearly whites. That's all it is. Air compressed pearls turned into a powder, and then you just absorb it. You're eating mother pearl. And that's where the whole term pearly whites came from, because they used to replace people's teeth with pearls. In South America, if you lost a tooth, they would take a pearl and put it into the mouth because it was the exact same DNA as a human. So if a person lost a tooth, they would just put a pearl in their mouth. And that's the thing. Nature provides every resource that you need from every angle.
Interesting stuff.
Just watch in the light of the reflection of the bird bath. We are all frequency, energy, and vibrations. Our frequencies were made to be in sync with this world around us. But intentionally, the controllers of this realm has worked bit by bit and subtly to disrupt our frequencies and our vibrations, to throw us off sync and harmony with everything around us. Just look at this as one bit of the proof. 432 hertz used to be the musical standard in which instruments were tuned, and it was changed to 440 hertz. Tell me what vibration looks more harmonic. Question your music you listen to, and question everything, friends.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. And it's not even just the frequency, but rather the type of music you listen to that has an effect.
We can fall apart. We can behave differently. We could get sick. We could feel very stressed and not know why.
Once in a while when you have a power outage, most people can identify the fact that they have a release of tension. The minute the electricity goes out, they feel an inner relaxation, a tension release, and when the power goes back on, the tension returns. So this is something that most of us can feel. Everyone has a certain sensitivity to electromagnetic waves. It's just that some people are more sensitive than others.
The symptoms that I discovered in my research caused by electromagnetic frequencies are anxiety, depression, diarrhea, dizziness, extreme fatigue, headaches, lightheadedness, mood swings, nausea, nighttime increase in urination, pulse rate, a sudden increase, shortness of breath, tingling, prickling feeling of the skin, vertigo, nosebleeds, blood pressure increase, and body tremors.
You can also cause cancer. You can disrupt the genetic structure of our cells. You can cause long-term damage in terms of mutagenic damage over generations, or you can cause very short-term damage, and you can actually cause somebody to just have their cells fall apart and hemorrhage to death.
I found from people who were writing me and calling me from all over the country that they were suffering from either one or all of these same symptoms, and every single one of them lived close by to a transmitter.
You know this, from HARP to Gwyn to these towers.
There is amazing evidence that Tibetan monks can really use sound to levitate stones and other objects. Watch the short video at the end of this post to see how scientists demonstrate how this is done. This is done by a sound acoustic levitation technique. Using multiple sonic harmonic sound techniques and instruments placed certain degrees from the objects, they can levitate them. Here is a short video to show how this is done.
Our Pyramids Forgotten Technology, Part 3. During the construction of the Great Pyramid, the larger blocks of granite are said to have come from Assam, which is 500 miles away. These blocks weigh between 25 to 80 tons. Do you really think they moved these stones by wetting sand and pulling them? If you aim two sound waves at each other of the same frequency, you create what is called a standing wave. You can also use a reflector. If the vibration is strong enough, you can hold an object inside the wave and levitate it. This brings me to the mystery of Coral Castle in Leisure City, Florida. Edward Lead Scallon, a 5-foot, 100-pound man, cut and placed 3 million pounds of coral stone, the largest stone being 30 tons. No one knows how he did this. He did it in absolute secrecy. Coral Castle was originally in Florida City, but Edward moved it to Leisure City. He told the truck driver to leave the truck overnight so Edward could load the stones in secrecy. The truck driver came back in 30 minutes and there was already several stones on the truck. It has been documented that Tibetan monks have levitated boulders up the sides of mountains with the use of horns. If you want to find the secrets to the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Part 4 coming up next. Like and follow.
Well, obviously, we're just scratching the surface on this topic. And I think this topic goes a lot deeper, and there's a lot more to it than a lot of us actually realize. So yeah, there's a lot of great clips today. There's definitely a lot of information there. And I think this is the kind of thing that warrants discussion, and just see where everybody's at with it. But that's all I got today, guys. I'd love to discuss this with you down in the comments. Let's get a conversation going, see where it leads to. But again, this is an entertainment channel. This is all speculation. This is for entertainment purposes only. And I don't believe any of this stuff. But anyways, that's all I got today, guys. Thanks a lot for coming and hanging out with me. And I'll see you again in the next one. Till then, 80 Canadian, signing off.